TikTok, it's been a while. I'm back and so is the Chaser. You're probably thinking, why am I holding the turbo that I only installed in July? It's not dead, it's actually come off for a very good reason. The last project we did on this was we manual swapped it in October. It's been great, really good, but the car's ready to get mapped basically. So this turbo is what I put on when the stock one blew up. This has been awesome, but I've never really been able to experience the full potential because my injectors are too small, ECU in the car is old, so there's a few things that we need to do, and basically the main reason why the turbo is off. The main reason I purchased this turbo in the first place was because my standard one exploded, and I just needed something that I could directly drop into place and basically bolt up to the standard exhaust manifold and my downpipe that I already had. So this turbo was great for that, and the potential for this turbo is really good. It should see mid 4s, maybe the top end of 4, depending on certain mods, and that won't be possible really with this. You know, it works, it does its job, but we needed something slightly better, so we've gone ahead and purchased a tubular manifold from Sinco, a company out of New Zealand. So they've provided me with this, and you'll notice there's a external wastegate flange here, whereas this turbo is internally gated. So pretty much the plan is strap this to this and whack it back in the car. Now, what we're going to do about the external gate, obviously we're going to run it because that's just the way it's got to be. So the plan is to take the internal gate off this and weld the flap shut on the back end of the turbo, and then obviously run 45mm external gate. Also got some hardware to install, some shortened studs. The standard studs are a bit too long in this case, so I've had to remove those, but thankfully they provided these for me. Without anything on the exhaust side, there's plenty of room, as you can see. So the plan is now to get the shortened studs installed. My gaskets are on the way, so they'll be here in a few days, and then get the manifold bolted up, turbo bolted up. My external wastegate's on the way as well, so still waiting on that. And then obviously we'll need to see where the wastegate sits and then basically make a dump pipe for that as well. Not really sure where it's going to go because the actual downpipe itself is quite big, but you know, we can figure that out. Once all of that is installed and plumbed up, you can get rid of a few bits like this. For example, this is the standard boost controller that comes with the ep1 Power FC ECU. We're not going to use this. We're not going to use the ep1 ECU either. I purchased a Link ECU for the car. You know, Black Friday was not too long ago, so I managed to scoop one of those up for a good price. Got a bunch of sensors for the car: fuel pressure, oil temp, things like that. One of the benefits to the Link ECU as well is that it runs on MAP, not MAF, so I can get rid of the MAF sensor, which is ugly and sits in the way, and then we can have a nice, clean intake pipe, 3-inch off the turbo to a nice filter, which will be good. Whilst it's in hibernation as well, you know, there's things to clean up like this. Just looks, you know, dirty. Valve covers, they can be painted. Probably going to go with yellow to obviously match the yellow accents on the car. Speaking of accents, I also installed the steering wheel the other day. Personal 350mm yellow stitching, leather. I think it looks really good, suits the car quite nicely, and no, it's not wonky. My wheels are just locked. Replaces the bus steering wheel, which, you know, is cool, but this is definitely cooler. The interior is coming along nicely, definitely needs a hoover. So on the topic of maintenance, I did a few things. When I manual swapped the car, I installed this plug for the reverse sensor. The other half of it got disintegrated and fell apart, so I lost my reverse lights and reverse camera. So I rewired that, that works now. Indicator bulbs, I mean it speaks for itself. It fell apart, so I've replaced those. Fog lights as well, these are just some crap halogen dull looking fog lights. We've got yellow LEDs in the car now, and I repainted this badge because pretty much 90% of the red had come off it, so it doesn't look too bad. Thinking about painting the actual grille itself black, because obviously, as you can see, it's supposed to be black, but you know, 27 years of sun has faded it quite badly.